This is a story about a boy who fell in love with dinosaurs. Once upon a time, in a colorful prehistoric world full of funny dinosaurs and lush green plants, lived a curious little boy named Kareem. One day, while playing in his grandfather's garden, he discovered a strange glowing stone. As soon as he touched it, whoosh, a huge gust of wind suddenly lifted him up and flew him away. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a fantastic world filled with giant dinosaurs everywhere. Wow, it's like the age of dinosaurs. But how can I get back home? But our friends were not scared because they had each other. And as they walked along, they talked about themselves and soon became best friends. Our friends took a few steps forward and suddenly they heard a loud splash. What was that sound? On the other side, they thanked the kind animal and went further into the prehistoric world. They walked a long time until finally Toto spotted something in the distance. Look, Kareem, there are some ruins over there. Maybe we can find something useful there. He was so happy to be back, but he couldn't help but feel a little sad that he had to say goodbye to his friend Toto. Then he noticed something. As the light had disappeared, Toto had left him a magical dinosaur feather. "Oh, Toto," whispered Kareem. He knew that every time he needed a little courage, he would just have to remember his brave friend Toto. "Good idea, Toto. Let's go. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new stories." And now it's time for a fun game. Look at the screen and try to spot the differences between these two pictures. Have fun! They cautiously approached the edge of the cave and saw a huge waterfall right in front of them. It looked mysterious and a bit scary, but our friends weren't afraid. After all, they had each other. As they entered the temple, they noticed strange symbols carved into the walls. In the middle of the clearing stood a huge tree with sparkling golden leaves. "Look, Toto, I think this tree might be magical," said Kareem. "Magical? How do you mean?" asked Toto. "I think it can send me back home," said Kareem. He ran up to the tree and touched its trunk. Suddenly, a bright light enveloped him and he felt like he was flying. Suddenly, the ground began to shake and the walls rumbled. "What's happening?" whispered Toto. "I don't know," replied Kareem. "But we need to find a way out of here quickly." They ran through the dark corridors until they finally found the exit. "Wow, it's beautiful," whispered Toto. "But how can we cross such a wide river?" Suddenly, Toto noticed a huge prehistoric turtle swimming closer to the shore. "Look, Kareem, maybe it can take us across the river." "Great idea, Toto. Let's ask it nicely. Can you take us across the river?" The turtle looked at them and slowly nodded its head. "Thank you," said Toto. "Hop on my back," said the turtle, and our friends happily climbed onto its back. Suddenly, a little baby dinosaur with big frightened eyes approached him. "Hello, my name is Toto. Are you also lost?" Just then, a huge gust of wind suddenly swept through the prehistoric world. When it calmed down, they looked around and realized they were no longer in the prehistoric world. It was the same dinosaur from the very beginning. "Oh, no, what do we do now?" asked Toto, frightened. "Don't worry, Toto. I have an idea," said Kareem. And he started making loud roaring sounds just like a dinosaur. The dinosaur got scared and ran away. "Quick, Toto, run!" shouted Kareem. They both ran away as fast as they could. "Where are we, Kareem?" asked Toto. "I don't know," replied Kareem. "But I think this is a cave. Maybe we can hide here until we figure out what to do next." Toto agreed and they entered the cave. "Yes, I'm from the future. I came here accidentally and I miss my home. I understand. I also want to go home. Would you like to help me find the way?" "Of course." And so our brave friends set off on an exciting journey through the colorful prehistoric world. On their way, they met all kinds of amazing dinosaurs. Some of them were very kind, others not so much. Suddenly, in the distance, they saw a huge dinosaur with sharp teeth and claws chasing a flock of small dinosaurs. It was a terrifying sight, but our friends weren't afraid. "Let's hide behind this bush," suggested Toto. "Good idea," agreed Kareem, and they hid. The terrible predator ran past them, sniffing the ground and roaring loudly. "That was close," whispered Kareem. "He smelled us. Luckily, he didn't see us. But now let's quickly find a new hiding place." They ran and hid behind a large plant. Inside, it was dark and silent. The turtles swam across the river. When they got closer, they saw it was an old temple. When they got outside, they saw a huge dinosaur blocking their way. They ran a long time until they finally reached a clearing. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in his grandfather's garden. "I'm home," he whispered. And so our story has come to an end, but the adventures never end.